So this is the fourth video, I guess, of me documenting my attempt to make a side-scroller game and posting the code along the way. So this video starts off where the last one left off, which was the player could run around in his world, which is now populated by tiles, and he was a sprite. There's enemy sprites which he could jump on to kill, or they could kill him. And that was about it. So this one, we just add a few extra little features. It's still the same kind of very limited look and feel, but now we'll add a bit of game flow. I've just added some splash screens, so like an introductory screen at the beginning and transition scenes between levels, as well as a boss mode so you can battle the boss. And finally added music. So I didn't really think about how to add music before, and what I ended up doing is just using a really cheap MIDI sequencer and picking up, I have a guitar, so pick up a guitar, strum a few chords, and then transcribe that directly to the MIDI sequencer. So starting with something like this, and then I can just go to our MIDI sequencer program and type those notes in directly. So I've done that here, and it sounds, oops, back to the beginning here. Sounds very different, but it sounds more video gamey. But yeah, that's what you end up with. And then you can do things like add drums and bass and try to make it sound like an actual song. And then this is just recorded to a MIDI file, which can be directly played by the game. So now we can go back and run the source code with these additions and show what we have. Okay, so we can run the program, get our corny music going, and we'll see it's basically the exact same game as we had last time. It seems that gravity has been turned down a bit, but the player can still jump around on bad guys, squash them. The main addition being sound, and those screens you saw right at the very beginning between levels and the beginning of the game. So once we get to the end of the level, we'll see there's also a addition, which is a really frightening looking boss. We can enter into boss mode by going near him, and the boss is programmed in the exact same way as the rest of the players, except he, instead of dying after getting hit, his health gets reduced by 1. So now we have some stolen boss music, which had during the battle, which has this life bar going on here. And it's not a very difficult or challenging game right now, but it's basically just getting the framework hammered out. So we can destroy this boss. He dies like a true spider should, turns upside down, and we can go on to the next level after more stolen music, which has its own little transition. So we've added a few little touches here, such as a little screen when the player actually dies, and transitions. The next version of the game that'll post, which is pretty much done, will involve a much nicer looking game, hopefully. I'm a terrible artist, but I'm going to try my best to actually make a more respectable looking tile set, and the game and really tweak the gameplay a bit so it's a bit more challenging and a bit more fun before kind of making a more serious game. I don't know how serious this game will ever get, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be sure to post the next one quickly.